I want to talk about the future. Let me take you back to when you were born in Hangzhou, where the headquarters still are.
Yep.
And your campus is there.
You don't have a loot. Don't move your loot. Your headquarters
Your
there.
roots are there.
Yeah, you found it there. Loot there.
You grew up in the 60s.
64.
Born in 64. That was the time of the Cultural Revolution.
Yeah, it was the end of the Cultural Revolution. It was well, my grandfather was a tiny landlord. Was considered after liberation was considered to be a bad guy. So I know how tough it was when I was a kid.
You tried to get into 3 colleges. Each time they rejected you.
No, I tried. There is examination that young people, if you want to go university, you have to take the examinations. So I failed 3 times.
Right.
I had a lot of fail. I failed for funny things that I failed a key primary school test for 2 times. And I failed 3 times for the middle schools. And you will never believe in Hangzhou, my city, there's only one middle school that lasts only 1 year. It was changed from primary school to middle school because our graduates of our school, no middle school accept us because we were too bad. They will become a middle school.
What effect did it have, though, being rejected?
Well, I think we have to get used to it. We're not that good. Even today, we still have a lot of people rejected. I think when I graduate from universities, and before for 3 years, I tried to fill in the universities. So I applied jobs for 30 times, got rejected. I went for a police. They said, no, you're not good. I went to even the KFC. When KFC came to China, come to my city, 24 people went for the job. 23 people were accepted. I was the only one guy. And we went for police. 5 people, 4 of them accepted. I was the only guy that I received it. So to me, being turned down, rejected. Oh, by the way, I told you that I applied for Harvard for 10 times, rejected. I know I'll be rejected. I just don't want to say that.
They're sorry now. 10 times you wrote them and said, I'd like to come to Harvard.
Yeah. And then I told myself somebody else should go teach there, buddy.
I think that can be arranged. Richard Nixon came to Hangzhou.
Yeah.
And after that, tourists flooded the place.
Yeah.
And that's how you learned English.
Yeah. I really like I don't know why, at 12, 13 years old, at the time I suddenly fell in love into the language, the English. And there's no place you can learn English at that time. There's no books, English books. So I went to the Hangzhou Hotel, now called Hangzhou Shangri-La Hotel, because that was the hotel can receive the foreign visitors. So every morning for 9 years, I showed them around as a free guide, and they taught me English. And I think that changed me. Today, I'm 100% made in China. I never got a one-day train outside China. And when people talk to me, say, Jack, how can you speak English like that? Why sometimes you talk like an Western guys? I think that was the 9 years. These Western tourists opened my mind because everything they told me are so different from the things I learned from the schools and from my parents. So now I have a habit. Whatever I see, whatever I read, I use my mind. Think about for 2 minutes.
Is that how Ma Jun became Jack Ma?
Actually, Jack, the name was given by a lady in tennis. She's a tourist. She came here and she said, came to Hangzhou. We become a pen friends. Ma Ring is so difficult to pronounce. So she said, do you have an English name? I said, don't. So can you give me an English name? She said, okay. She said, my father called her Jack. My husband called Jack. What do you think about Jack? I said, good. So I've been using that for that many years.
Yeah. Your life is a testament to the idea that nothing is impossible. That if somebody says no, you say it's just the beginning. Where does that come from?
Well, at the beginning, I never thought, I thought when I was young, I said, everything's possible. Now I know not everything's possible. When you have something, you have to think about, you have to consider about the others. You have to consider about the customer, society, your employees, your shareholders, society. There's so many things that I think if you continue to work hard, there's possibility. And I just feel that I'm enthusiastic about what we are doing. At the beginning, for the first 5 years, I just want to survive. And 5 years later, I think
that's 2009.
Yeah. But later, I think, wow, so many people's life changed. I was so excited. For the first 3 years, we made zero revenue. But we are so excited to continue to work. You know what happened? I remember many times when I go to restaurant have a dinner, somebody came, when I was trying to pay the bill, the owner of the restaurant came to say, "Sir, your bill is paid by someone." And the small note say, "Hey, Mr. Ma, I'm your customer of Alibaba Group, Alibaba platform. I made a lot of money and I know you don't make any money. I pay the bill for you." And I remember one day that I was sitting somewhere in the coffee, somebody sending me a cigar. I don't smoke cigar, but there's a note that, "Thank you very much, I'm your customer." And I remember in the Taobao days, I was at the Shangri-La Hotel in Beijing. When I get on the taxi, the man who opened the door for me, the boy at the gate, he said, "Jack, thank you very much. I'm service here. My girlfriend makes more money than I do on your site." And this is something that you know that it's not a mission. If you don't do it, nothing's possible. If you try to do it, at least you have the hope. Believe what you're doing, love it, whether people like it, don't like it, be simple. And like the word, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you can get, right? I never know I would be here talking to you and talking to Charlie Rose. I never know. But today I made it. I told my people in my apartment 15 years ago, guys, we have to work hard, not for ourselves. If we can be successful, 80% of the young people in China can be successful. We don't have a rich father, powerful uncle. We don't have $1 from bank, 1 cent from government. Just work as a team.
So what do you worry about?
I worry about it today. Young people, a lot of young people lose hope, lose vision, and start to complain. Because we also have the same period. Because when it's not a good feeling being rejected by so many people. We also depressed, but at least later we find that the world has a lot of opportunity. How you see the world, how you catch the opportunity.
Finally, there's this. You're one of the world's richest people. Your company is one of the world's richest companies. What do you want beyond Alibaba?
Well, about richest people, I was really not happy in the past 3 months when people say Jack Ma is the richest people of China.
Global celebrity, they said.
No, I'm not. When I started the business,
you are.
I never thought, because maybe I am, but I think 15 years ago, in my apartment, my wife was at that time one of the 18 founders. I asked her, "Do you want your husband to be a rich person?" I never said rich person in China, rich person in Hangzhou, or you want your husband to be a respected person. She said, "Of course respected," because she never believed, and I don't believe we'll be rich people. We just want to survive. I believe when you have $1 million, that's your money. When you have $20 million, you start to have a problem. You worry about inflation, which is stock to buy and this, that, had it come. When you have $1 billion, that's not your money. That's the trust society give on you. They believe you can manage the money, use the money better than the government and the others. So I think today I have the resources, do more things. With the money we have, with the influence we have, we should spend more time on the young people. And I would say someday I'll go back to teach, go back to school, spend time with the young people and sharing with them what I know. So the money is not mine. I just happily and having these resources, and I want to do better job.
Just tell them the story.
Yeah, tell them the story and tell them that if Jack, I don't think in this world there are a lot of people be rejected more than 30 times. If we, the only thing we never give up, the only thing we're like a Forrest Gump, we keep on fight, we keep on changing ourselves. We don't complain. Whether you are successful or not successful, I find that people, when they finish the job, if they make the mistake, if they fail, if they always complain the others, this guy will never come back. If the guy only check himself, something wrong with me here, something wrong with me there, this guy has a hope.
Jack, on behalf of everybody in this audience and a television audience around the world, thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.